Hey everybody, Tracy Walker here, and as well as our good friend and VP of Finance for the Dream Team inside the Dream Team Core, Mr. Roger Silvera. And guys, we are here tonight because we are filling in and stepping up for Dream Team Domination. Our very own Bruce Bryant Felton is under the weather, so we're going to keep the party going and we're going to step in here and we're going to make sure we deliver some great content for you guys this evening. Now, we do have a special guest, and before we bring her out and share some things with you about her results and all of that, what I want to do, hold on one second, guys. All right, sorry guys, I had two windows open, and so the one window was playing um, the recording of what I'm doing right now. So I had to close that out. All right, so tonight, well, before we bring her out, let me just kind of share with you what the expectations are and what you should be getting out of tonight. So we're going to share, or our special guest is going to share how she has been able to earn over $4,000 last month in her business. And once we go over some of those tactical things, because the Dream Team Domination Hangout is all about how somebody did something, right? On Mondays, which is Make and Move Mondays, that's hosted by Adrian Hines, that's more or less how they did it, but what were they thinking? What was their mindset shift? Dream Team Domination is, okay, pedal to the metal. What did you do strategically? Strategically, tactically. What did you implement? What did you do? What did you physically go out there and manage so that you got these results? Okay, that's what this is about. And then what we're going to do tonight as well is after she shares some of that information, we are going to do some live coaching with her, okay? I happen to know that she is looking to up the ante, and she is looking to generate, $10,000 per month, okay? And the reality is that these results are not typical. I cannot guarantee any of the results. I cannot guarantee whether our special guest will earn that next month or the month after or ever. All I can do is let you know that you need to check out our income disclaimer at empowernetwork.com/income. Okay, now with that being said, we are going to do some coaching with her. I'm going to do some guidance, give her some guidance and some things that she can do. And you're going to get to witness that live. And I think that's super powerful, because if you can see how we take someone from where they are and put them on track to getting to where they want to go, then you can apply this information to yourself accordingly, even though I may not personally speak to you or Roger personally speak to you. So this is for the benefit of every single person that's watching. I know that some of you that are here may be members of our Dream Team, which is phenomenal. And if you are not a member of the Dream Team, well, we invite, and if you're already a part of Empower Network, you're just a guest already in the company, we invite you, to take a look and learn some things as well. However, if you are not in Empower Network at all, and someone from the Dream Team invited you here, you're just trying to check it out and see if we're real people and see if we're really helping people and giving value, and if people are really making money and really changing their lives, if these products are worth anything whatsoever, then this will be a great opportunity for you to see that this is the real deal. And then likewise, what we would like to do is invite you to click on the link right underneath the video that says join our team now. Okay, join our team now. And when you do that, you'll get started right from the person who invited you here. Their link is the one that you use to get here, so everything should be coded to them properly. Okay, so with that being said, while we're still waiting on our special guest, I do know that she is coming off of another hangout. I am going to bring out Mr. Roger Silvera just so he can share a few words and Rod, let us know if you're excited about tonight and what we're going to do on the Dream Team Domination Hangout.
Well, hey sis, can you hear me?
I hear you loud and clear.
Awesome. Well, first and foremost, I'm always excited to jump on these hangouts and these special events with you. We're excited about the aspect of what we're doing. I mean, ever since we launched the Reloaded campaign, I can see an invigoration in our team, and the results are obviously, manifesting themselves. I mean, I'm really excited about the newcomers that are coming on board, and it's not just about the old fogies like us, that are having results. It's really about the new people, and you're going to be hearing stories, ladies and gentlemen, of people that, they're manifesting their first lead, they're manifesting their first sales because they truly believe in what they're doing. And we have a system and a process that allows people that are, average, ordinary, everyday people to come on board and really take advantage of what we have to offer. For many people, this is their first time in business, and when the first aspect of entrepreneurship or free enterprise can be very, very overwhelming for a lot of people because there's so many moving. I lost my feed. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Okay. All right. So yeah. So basically, at the aspect of people beginning their journey in entrepreneurship, we recognize that people can be overwhelmed. But at the end of the day, we want to remove that sense of being overwhelmed with a sense of tranquility and a sense of confidence. And so that's why we are doing what we're doing, and that's why we've partnered up with a very, very premier company in the industry that has allowed us to have different systems and processes to do three things. Obviously, is to generate traffic, capture leads, all right, so traffic generation, lead generation, and then also to create sales. So obviously, that's the backbone of our business. We don't do anything else other than sponsor and recruit. That's it. That's all we do to generate income. And so the young lady that has just joined us has actually really started to push the needle, okay? This is a young lady that, in a sense, really had no results coming into the industry and struggled for a very, very long time. However, through her tenaciousness and her ability to learn, something new, and everyone has the ability to learn something new. Everybody has the ability to learn something new. It baffles me how many people, cry and moan about, oh my God, I gotta learn this, I gotta learn that. I was like, listen, if you continues to have that particular attitude, you'll never get ahead in life. And that's in anything. That's not just in entrepreneurship. That could be, even in your family. As a father, as a mother, if you don't know, how to provide for your son or daughter, you have to learn those types of skills, and things like that. If you're not willing to do that, then I just don't know what to say. But in business, especially, you've got to be willing to learn something new. And this young lady is the epitome of not only learning something, right? But she's also the epitome of actually taking action. Because in this business, it's not like going to college. Everyone equates going to college, right? And so we learn and we study a textbook. Well, until we study the textbook and we get the grades and then we graduate with that piece of paper, then we're qualified to go out and get a job, right? Well, in this business, it's the exact opposite. You've actually got to learn, do, and teach simultaneously. And I'm telling you one thing, I'm so proud of this young lady that's standing before me because she's actually started to master this concept so efficiently that last month, Angela, what was the last month that you did? What was the income number that you did? Income disclaimer, by the way.
4,200.
Wow. You see, $4,200, guys. And the thing is, when she first started in the industry, she didn't have those types of results. And people cry in the first 90 days, oh, I didn't get my first lead. Oh, I didn't get my first sale. For God's sakes, guys, this is a long-term enterprise. And I know Tracy has been around the game for a very long time. And I've learned this from you, sis, and I've learned this from other people in the industry. Unless you're willing to give this industry at least a year of solid effort, then it's really no you don't have the mindset to win in this game. So Angela Carter, she's done a wonderful job. I'm going to let her share her story tonight because she has truly mastered what it takes to go from complete newbie to now, starting to kick it up, and she's got so much potential. So sis, go ahead, share with the world, your particular joy and what you've been doing in your business.
Hey, Roger. Thank you for that awesome introduction. Thank you, Tracy, for inviting me on. Yeah, like Roger said, I did not get started and just immediately shoot to the top. I had a lot of struggle along the way, but finally have been able to break through. So, just real quickly, my background: I was a licensed attorney, got licensed in 2009, graduated from the University of Texas School of Law, 2008, had tons of student loan debt. Found this industry of network marketing in 2010, got started and struggled. Signed up 5 people in 2 years. And I ended up I tried everything. I think for a lot of you that are on this hangout tonight, if you're someone who, you've been trying to make this work, you've been determined, you're not lazy, but you've bought all these ebooks and training courses and everything. That's how I was, and I still struggled. And it got to the point where I was going to quit. I had quit this industry, but I ended up getting all these emails about, Power Network and all these people who were succeeding, people who had struggled like I did, finally having a breakthrough. And I just joined just to kind of just be nosy. I was not interested in getting started in any other thing anymore. I gave up. And so I just wanted to just learn and just see what they were doing, just be nosy, check it out, and, go about my merry way. So I got in and ended up having some phenomenal results, like Roger was saying, just from applying the training and implementing it. Was able to last month have my biggest month, brought in 24 people in 1 month. So to go from 5 in 2 years to 24 in 1 month, that blew my mind. And to now, like Roger mentioned, 4,200 in 1 month, to be full time in my business, it's been awesome. It's been awesome.
Awesome. Well, I'm not going to steal the show because this is not my show. I'm going to let Tracy go ahead and share her perspective and her commentary. I'm just here to support, but I couldn't be more proud of you. You are phenomenal.
Thank you.
I had to get out of that and make sure I clicked my mute button to unmute myself because I was taking a picture because I was trying to simultaneously, as Roger said, learn, do, teach, right? I'm trying to do as I'm listening and learning at the same time. I didn't get a chance to get it on Facebook because he got back to me so fast. But I got it. I'm gonna post it in a couple seconds because I wanted to share with the community what we're doing here. So 24 people, right? I heard that right? 24 people. Mm-hmm. This month, $4,200 this month. Let me ask you something, Angela, because what I want to do is I want to get right down to it, right? Like we did the mindset stuff on Mondays, okay? So I'm not that the mindset is not important. Everybody hear me, it's important. But tonight, we're going to get down to the nitty gritty. We want to know, okay, what the heck did she do? Right? Because I know everybody's looking, my mindset is right. I got the right mind already. We know your mind is right. You're reading, you're listening to your audio. We're going to assume that. So, Angela, the months where you had not signed up 24 people, what was if you can even remember, I don't even know because I'm kind of just interviewing you off the top of my head, how many people had you signed up previous to getting to 24 in a month?
Well, I had to work my way up, right? So like when I first got into Empower, it took me 3 weeks and I signed up my first person, like one person, right? And then I remember scaling up to like 5 in a month. And
Okay.
Then around October, after the Top Producer formula launched in August, I started having double-digit months. So the first month was like 10. So I was at 10 consistently for a couple of months from like October, to January. I think January I hit 16, and then now last month in March, 24. So it was a steady climb.
Okay. That makes sense. So what we can see in that is prior to, and you mentioned the Top Producer formula. So everybody who's watching this, if you're watching for the nuggets or you're listening for the nuggets, then don't deny the nuggets when you hear them, right? Don't say, oh, I want to know how she did it. And then she says, hey, I had 5 people in a month. Then Top Producer came out and I went to 10. Boom. Right? There's something valuable in that statement. So the first thing that we want to recognize is that she tapped into a product that we all have access to. And if you don't own it, you still have access to it. You need to just buy it, right? It's in your back office. It's available for you, but you need to get it, all right? That's number one. And so, Angela, let's go back to before. Let's go back to pre-Top Producer formula. What types of marketing what were you doing to get the 5 people in a month?
Well, I was doing free strategies because I didn't have money for paid. When I got started in Empower, I was unemployed, like I said, and I had a lot of debt. So I clamored on to a lot of the free strategies. So I did blogging and video marketing. Those are the only 2 that I focused on. So I heard a lot of leaders say, just focus on 2, and those are the only 2 that I focused on. So when other people were talking about Facebook, I said, oh, that's great, that's awesome, but I'm going to stick to my videos and blogging, right? So those are the two strategies that I started with.
Okay, so video and blogging. Now, once Top Producer came out, did you do something different? Did you change your strategy altogether?
Yeah, well, at that time when the Top Producer formula came out, I was generating probably like 3 to 5 leads a day. And when Top Producer formula came out, there's a module in there, I think it's like lesson 9, a presentation formula. And Dave Wood was talking about how if you do something live with your list, that can actually help you boost your sales conversion, so the number of leads to sales. So that's the first module I implemented. So I started doing something live with my list, and I followed the formula that he laid out, and I went from like a 3% sales conversion from lead to sale to 7.5%, and now I'm at 10%. So without me having to, do paid marketing or try to, do some paid advertising to get more leads, I learned how to convert the leads I was already getting, those little 3 to 5. And now within 2 months of having the Top Producer formula, hit the leaderboard with the same lead flow, didn't do any paid advertising, just from that one module, I doubled my sales conversion. And now I'm in a position where I do have money for paid marketing because of it.
Hey, you know what? It's about scalability, right? That's what this is about. It's not about doing free forever. It's about doing what you got to do to generate the income, scaling up step by step. Okay, so a couple of things, guys, and I'm moderating this because I want people to get it. I don't want us to just blow over, right? So you got the Top Producer formula. Okay, great. Then after you got it, obviously you went through it. Whether you went through all of it or not, I don't know, but you did mention module number 9, which is the presentation, right? So guys, if you don't do anything else, right? I mean, we're not here to grill Angela about exactly every single video she went through. She told you what she implemented, which was video 9, okay? If you've got it, you don't have to sift through all the, I think it's 13 modules, and I'm not sure, maybe, but 9, right, presentation. That's crazy, I don't know that by heart. But 9, right? So 9, she says that she had a list of, let's say, this many people, right? And what she learned how to do was to get more out of this group of people than necessarily having to go out and get more people to make it this many people. See, the common misconception is that you need this many people for it to work. And what we're saying is that no, if you knew what to do with this many people, you would actually be probably okay, right? You would be okay enough to get results. And then now that you know what to do with this group of people, when you go get your money and grow it to this group of people, now you're going to get better results with paid because you've learned the skill of how to do what they say, extract the money from the list. So Angela, would you agree that there's money in the list?
Absolutely. Because, I mean, these are people who have already said, I want to get more information. So it's just, when you think about like where to spend the most of your time, it's now, working with those people, building a relationship with them because they've already taken more steps than now somebody who's not even on your list yet.
Okay, so now that you did that and you started engaging with your existing list, or back then engaging with your existing list, when you first started inviting them to things, so what do you do? Are you doing hangouts?
Mm-hmm. So I started doing hangouts.
All right. So now when you first started inviting people to the hangouts, did you have like 100 people on there your first hangout? Like, did you have a whole stadium full of people?
No. I think my first one I had like 8 people. Okay. Which I still was like, hey, there's somebody that showed up, But yeah, no, and the funny thing about it is, and this is what I want to say too, I followed the formula in that that module in the Top Producer formula, but there were still like questions that I had, like, okay, well, what's the best night? for me to do a hangout. What should I do my first hangout on? I just said, I'm just going to just pick something and just do it, but just follow that outline that Dave Wood shares on how to do, how to lay out your presentation. So there's not going to be all the time, everything laid out. You just got to just take action. So I just said, hey, let me just choose a night. Let me choose a time and let's just see, if people will hop on. Had 8 people. I think the first time I did it, I had 1 sale. And then the best results I've gotten is 3 people in one night signing up. And so it works. It works.
So guys, listen, if you are sitting there with your list inside of Aweber or GetResponse and you just looking at your list like this, why are these people not buying? If that's what you're doing, then that's why they're not buying. Because you're looking at them and they looking at you. And when they looking at you, you're not doing nothing. So if they're looking at you and you're not doing nothing, then why would they do something? They're not going to do anything. So stop looking at them. They'll stop looking at you. If you start taking action with them, they'll start taking action with you. Okay, so I just wanted to point that out. The next thing I wanted to point out is she had 8 people, right? See, some of you guys are like, I only had 8 people. Like, you ungrateful. You ungrateful. You got these people who don't know you from a hole in the wall, right? And you invite them to a hangout, right? A webinar, a conference call, whatever it is your mode of communication is. You invite them. And then they have the audacity to show up, right? All 8 of them. And when they show up, you got an attitude because you don't have 100. Right? So now, because you got a list of 100 people. So you got a list of 100 people and only 8 people show up. And then now your energy is exuding that you are unhappy, right? That you are dissatisfied, that all these different things. And what happens is that you don't get results, right? A lot of this is why we talk about this on Monday, because your mind isn't right, right? But see, and you've got to keep your mind in a certain place every step of the way. Every step of the way. And so it's not just about reading once and then that's it. You got to have it together. So when you do the hangout, people feel your energy and they say, you know what, this is somebody that I want to join. This is somebody that I want to partner with. Okay, so we got that. So the 8 people, be grateful for your 8 people. Be grateful for your 5 people. Be grateful for your 2 people. Because if 2 people signed up and that's all you had and you weren't signing anybody else up before and you signed up 2 people in one night, isn't that like a cause for celebration? Angela, would that be a cause for celebration for you?
Yeah, and the thing is too, like the great thing about that module is Dave talks about how to get people to take action on the spot. And that was something I always struggled with, because even the people that did sign up on that hangout, they were the people who I had maybe connected with through email or through Facebook, and they just hadn't signed up yet. But it was them seeing me, I think, live, and then, following what Dave Wood shares in there in terms of getting people to take action now, driving some sense of urgency. All of a sudden, that was enough to get them over the edge. So if there's a lot of you who, you've connected with people on your list and they just still didn't sign up, that's a really great module that you want to implement into your business, because like Dave said, doing something live with your list, I've seen it happen. It changes the results that you get.
Absolutely. And we'll ask Roger about it too, but I know for a fact that, and I'm just speaking from like a different perspective, right? All right, so when you've got people coming in on autopilot, more often than not, what happens is, and I'm guilty, right? I am guilty. You guys know I am the queen of transparency. I don't hide nothing from y'all. I want you to know the truth. That what happens is you kind of forget to do these types of things, right? These small things that helped you to build the successful business, right? I wouldn't necessarily say it's ego. I wouldn't necessarily say, well, some people it may be. Some people it might just be, I don't want to, right? Whatever. But in my case, it was like, oh, I don't need to, right? I don't need to. People are doing it, so it's okay, right? And then what happens, things start slowing down, then you're trying to figure out, what did I do wrong? I'm still me, right? I'm still doing the same things. And then you go back and you reassess and you say, you know what? I am not engaging my list, right? I'm not engaging my list. So I too have had to go back to the drawing board and say, let me revamp this part of my business, because my list is sitting there looking at me, and although I'm doing stuff, they can't even see the stuff I'm doing because I didn't invite them. How ridiculous is that? but you know, you live and you learn, and you get off track, you get back on track, right? So that's the way it works. And Dave lays that thing out perfectly, guys. If you want to know how to get the people to take action on the hangout, see, it's not about Angela telling us that, because she learned that in the product. What we wanted to know, right, is what did you do? And then she said that. I mean, we could really hang up the hangout right now. Like, what? Right? You told us what you did. You told us you were still doing video. You were still doing Facebook. You weren't doing paid advertising. So I'm sure your list wasn't growing, you know, by 500 people a month, right? You very simply took that group, you engaged them, you started inviting them to stuff, following the presentation formula, and voila, you know, miracles started to pour down from the sky. So let me ask you this. So what are your goals now? Now what is it that you want to do? So you've gotten to 4,200 in a month, and I'm sure you'll go higher. You've done 24 people in a month, and I'm sure you'll definitely do more than that. What is it that you want to happen from this point?
Well, I want to scale up. You know, I know in Empower we talk a lot about, you know, getting to 2 sales a day. So I want to scale up to 2 sales a day. So 60 people, right, in a month. Now, because of what I learned, I can now, you know, like I said, I have a paid budget. So my next goal is to now, you know, duplicate this little formula and now say, okay, Facebook PPC is what I want to focus on, and go through the, you know, back through the training that relate to that one strategy and start implementing that, and, you know, building my results up with that strategy to scale up. I'm now, you know, bringing on teams. So I have a team Relentless, and really helping them. I had a team member, Arnold Haynes, who got on the leaderboard within a month.
We saw
So,
that, and
yeah.
Arnold, if you're watching, congratulations. I mean, we see what's going on, right? I mean, just out of nowhere, this dude pops up on the leaderboard, and we're all, you know, highlighting and showcasing him, which I think is phenomenal. So congratulations, Arnold. But Angela, congratulations to you for creating duplication inside of your organization. Now, really fast, before we come back to you and what you want to do, what is it what is it that Arnold was doing? Right? What did you tell Arnold? How did Arnold get up there on the leaderboard?
Well, he has all the way up to the team building formula. So he has a top producer formula. He has a team building formula. But, you know, I worked with people the way Empower teaches us to do. So as soon as he signed up, did a new member coaching call with him, did the same thing, you know, figured out what his marketing budget was, what strategies could he do. And he started out with free strategies. I said, okay, so he's doing video and blogging. Just share with him he can get results with that. So he started doing videos, blogging. He got the top producer formula, team building formula, and he just started implementing. I told him, as you're getting out here, as you start getting results, as you start generating leads, turn right back around and show proof of that. And I learned that from Inner Circle audio called how to escape the newbie zone. So it's about just leveraging any small result you get to get bigger and bigger results. So he was just sharing with me tonight how, you know, he started getting leads, and then he was happy to get 2 leads in a day, because he said he used to go into Walmart and like try to talk to people, right? And so he was so excited to just get on a video and say, hey, look, I got 2 leads and I didn't have to go to Walmart to do it. And, you know, and now he's getting signups and he's on the leaderboard now. And it's duplicating, and it's exciting because, number one, I've never been on a leaderboard. Number two, I've never been in a company where I had somebody else on the leaderboard. So.
And isn't that a wonderful feeling?
Yeah, it's awesome.
You know, like I said, we talk about, hey, we want our team to make more money than us, right? And oh, it's great. We want our team to be on leaderboards, and we're not on leaderboards, right? Or we're on there. We want them on there too, right? And it's so easy for people to say it because it never happens, and then when it happens, you're like, oh snap. Wait a minute, somebody on the leaderboard, right? Now, 2 seconds, guys. I've got a baby in here. So, Roger, if you can take over for 2 seconds, let me go take care of him, okay? I'll be right back, guys.
Awesome. Well, let me kind of segue into email marketing here for a minute. And some of the strategies that you use to, I guess, engage your list because I'm on your list, by the way, and I can see that. And your emails are very engaging. But kind of walk me through the process of how you went from kind of a newbie to kind of where you're at with your email messages, and how you're actually getting people not only to respond to, because I know for me, I've had people starting to email me back. I never had that. You know, and I had one guy today email me saying, well, you know, something as simple as I can't even play the video. And the thing is, I'm like, all right, well, here, you know, let me walk you through it. You know, you got to be willing to kind of do what you got to do in the initial phases, you know, and don't be, you know, so egomaniac that why am I going to email my people back? Well, no, they're on your list for a reason, So kind of walk me through the process that you kind of, metamorphosize, I guess, if that's the term that I want to use, from newbie to where you're now getting engagement. You're seeing your open rates go up, you're seeing your click-through rates go up. Kind of walk me through that process.
Well, the great thing is, like I said, when I started with, blogging and video. So to me, that's why blogging and video marketing is so powerful, because through my videos, through my blogging, people they feel like they know me, right? You can build a relationship with people so that now when you do send an email, they are engaged, they'll open it, they'll interact with you. So that helps a lot. Like, it's like pre-framing, building that relationship beforehand so that now they are more likely to, open my email, respond back to me. When I first got started, because I was using free strategies, it take a while to build up a lead flow. So I was getting those 2 leads, like Arnold. And here's my thought process, because, you have to think about it. I got in here, and, in Empower, there's a lot of people who use paid strategies. There are a lot of people like, hey, I got 50 leads in a day. And I'm like, man, I only got my 2, like, how am I going to work up to that? So this is what my mindset was. I said, look, if I could be a beast at connecting with those 2 and, learn how to connect with people, when I finally ever get to the point of having paid marketing, I will know how to convert. So I just learned how to connect with those 2. So one of the things that I did, Roger, is I would, if you were on, if you were one of those 2, I would connect with you manually and just say, hey, Roger, how can I help you? I'm a real person. I saw you came through my website. Are you in a home-based business? And just try to engage with you. Not everybody responded back, but some did, and I was able to build that connection with them. And they were like, hey, you actually responded back to me? And I was like, yeah, and they signed up. So then now all of a sudden I had more results to now share back in my marketing. I had more money now to go back. So it's just, I manually connected with people, and I still do it. Like you said, you can't have an ego, because you have to realize, just like they're on your list, they're on a lot of other people's lists too, and they're going to join the person who connects with them.
It's funny because I got away from that personal touch, and I was like, dang, my click-through rates suck. My open rates suck. And I was like, geez, this is horrible. And I just I had a bad stigmatism about emails. And for a long time I was now I look at my open rates, and they're not the best, but they're like 10%.
That's good.
10, 12%, and shoot, I was like, wait a minute. 6 months ago I wasn't getting 10 to 12%. What the heck is happening here? So, because I would do that too. I would actually go out and email them and say, hey, you know what? Just wanted to, kind of check in to see how I could help, whatever the case may be. And, I had a few people sign up. And the thing is, you got to be willing to do what it takes in that regard. So that's good. Okay.
Yeah, because you don't realize, I realized too that, those people that even with that personal email that didn't respond back to me, I noticed they would see it, didn't respond back, but all of a sudden they started opening up my email. So I think a lot of times they're like, hey, this person actually tried to connect with me. Let me check out what they got going on. So you'll see, even if they don't respond back to your individual emails, they'll just start opening your emails.
Yeah,
that way too.
Exactly. And the thing is, now I know for me, I've been doing 10 to 15 leads pretty much consistently, and it's through blogging, it's through LinkedIn. And I know LinkedIn has worked great for me because of my professional background. And LinkedIn is a whole different ball game. It's a great free strategy tool when you can position it right. And one of the things I looked at was, okay, well, I've got 2,700 connections. There's got to be a way to monetize this. So, and one thing I need to do is I need to set up 2 profiles. One is obviously for my other stuff, and then one for my online stuff. I'll definitely do that. But for me, I was like, okay, well, I like the blog feature that it provides, because that thing does get traffic. I have a post on vacation that thing has got 20,000 views, and I'm consistently getting leads from it every single day. And it's just bananas, and I'm getting leads from it, I'm getting signups from it, and I'm glad I got it going to Empower, because here's the reason why. Empower is a great vehicle for people in the network marketing niche. And for those of you that maybe have iPads and things of that nature, you're probably wondering, well, should I send them to iPad? Should I send them to Empower? What should I do? Empower is a great platform for network marketing professionals because it's exactly what they want is to learn how to build a business online. And so Paycation is obviously a network marketing company. So for me, it's about providing value to that specific niche. Vacation reps that want to generate more traffic, leads, and sales. They want to get travel sales from their website online, right? So I looked at my stats. I was like 20,000 views for one post, and then I have another one for like 15,000. And I even got a little controversial. I even put one up in the image. I had people ticked off of me. Oh, this is spam. This sucks. Blah blah blah. I had probably like 10 hater comments on there, and this is LinkedIn, mind you. And I said, okay, well, I can either respond back and play that game, or B, I can just delete it and I can flag it as hate mail. So, but the key is you got to learn how to play the game, is what I'm sharing with you. The Pulse feature in there is so powerful because if you can link it back to your blog and say, look, if you like some more free strategies and tips and things of that nature, check out my blog and subscribe to my newsletter. Well, they're gonna, especially if it gets a lot of traffic, it's gonna link back to your blog. So that's one thing. The other thing that I like to do is get into groups and then provide value. Comment on people's posts and things of that nature. Provide and not worrying about what's in it for me, when it's in it for them. And that's a strategy that's worked for me a lot in LinkedIn. But I'm sure it's the same thing in Facebook. Same thing when you do Facebook strategies. You reach out to people on Facebook and you comment on other people's posts and you show that you actually are a real person. So, it's great to see us doing the type of lead flow that we're actually doing. Because I know we've had conversations, God, on the phone, like, man, what the hell is going on here, man? And for those of you watching, Angela and I have had conversations on phones, like, what the hell are we doing here, man? It's like, how can we get to the next level? And I'm telling you, I'm with you on this. The top producer formula has changed the game dramatically. So, guys, if you haven't even gotten the top producer formula, it's incumbent upon you to actually go out and get it, because the information in there can seriously change the course of your business if applied correctly. So I know we're talking about email marketing and things of that nature. I mean, in terms of your team, what's the vision for the team? Talk about that, because I know, a lot of our business is obviously team building, but talk about the vision for Team Relentless. What are you guys looking to accomplish, especially in Nashville, and then obviously leading out in Nashville? What are you guys looking to accomplish even for the rest of the year? Talk about that.
Yeah, we definitely want to build, like I said, I'm just now building an affiliate side of my business, because all of my results have been from just customers, right? People who have existing businesses. So now I'm just really excited to build a team and get them going and really just helping them duplicate, right? Share what I've been doing, help them, go through the Empower products to get results. And we really want to build from event to event. We know the power of events. So those of you who are in Empower and haven't gotten your ticket to Nashville, get it, because events were a game changer for me. So really what I would love to see happen is just we want to see other people succeed. We want to see other people grow. We want them to get results, be full-time in their business, even build up to a six-figure income. But we know the importance of being a product of the product. So we definitely want to be leading by example. So we want to have the products and show other people how to get results with them and get to events. So really my vision is to just help other people who were like me, who struggled for so many years in this industry, or who always wanted to start a home-based business but didn't, bring them on board in Team Relentless and show them that the attitude, the mindset they got to have is they got to be relentless. They got to focus and be persistent. Like you said, we didn't just shoot up overnight, right? We had to work our way up, and the reward pays off, and I'm seeing you crushing it, Roger. Sean Johnson, who's another top producer, formula student, right? It works, and so I'm just excited. We're excited to show and get these products out to the marketplace, to share our results, and bring people on board and help them get the same results.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of the things that I look at obviously is communication in this industry, and your ability to communicate with your team is imperative. I know for me, it's one skill that I'm continuously learning. I've always been a producer, but I think the one thing that I know that I must get good at is team building. And that team building formula product is obviously, a game changer because it really talks about some very unique principles in network marketing. I actually talk about one in particular, and it's sort of a pre-frame for you to get the product for that matter. It's called tap routing, and tap routing is really a element that in traditional network marketing is a way to infuse your team to want to produce more because you're getting in there and you're getting in the trenches with them and you're helping them get a result, and you're going from recruit to recruit to recruit to recruit to recruit, and you're pretty much helping those people, the newest person, getting them to get engaged and get into the culture immediately and start doing things, you know. And that's imperative because in order to have a completely duplicating organization, you want to show that you look, I'm here as a resource for the newest person that comes into the group, and one of the things that I know for me is I do a weekly hangout on Thursday. That's more for my list and things of that nature. In fact, I did it. I'm in conjunction with Keisha Sumner and Vicky Blanco. We call ourselves the Empowered Lifestyle Hour, and so it's a show that we do every Thursday night. And now that my team is starting to grow personally, I'm looking to do one a team hangout on Sunday because and now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, well, I want to get to a certain point where I had enough cluster of teammates where I can say, you know what, let's huddle together and start to look at what ways that we can improve upon, producing results for our team because, you know, uh, the one thing I can't stand is when somebody, genuinely wants this and they get left out in the cold because there were a process for them to plug into. And luckily, with our dream team, especially if you're listening, if you're a guest, and you're thinking, well, what is the value proposition for me actually even plugging in? One of the things I will tell you is that if you plug into our group, you're going to get taken care of. Let's talk about the new member coaching process because I think this is imperative. If we look at new member coachings, I've told Tracy this that new member coachings next to members is the lifeblood of our business. It truly is because if you're not engaging with your new members, you're pretty much leaving money on the table. I'm not saying that to be selfish, but I'm just saying that to be real. Because we're in a business. These people have invested their money and they've also invested their time. And I know from the beginning in traditional network marketing that I first got, I was like, look, if you don't reach out and actually help this new person get started, then you're essentially just, well, you can bring people in, but they're going to leave as fast as they came in. You probably the same day, they'll immediately get a refund, and you're wondering why because you wonder why people are getting refunds. It's because you're not reaching out to them. The new member coaching is so imperative, and talk about what the difference that is made in your business when you reach out to new members. Talk about the expectation that you display to them. They respond to your expectations.
Well, for me, the new member coaching is it's been critical because it establishes that relationship from the beginning. It it's funny because when you do a lot of the marketing that we tell you to do, and so in terms of like a blog and a video, you build that relationship. So by the time they get on the phone with you, they feel like they know you're like, oh hey, hey Angela. I was like, wow, okay, this is so different from cold calling, home biz op leads, right? Um, Oh God, that was horrible. It was torture. I wasn't in Walmart like my team member Arnold, but it was still horrible to cold call these
I know.
strangers. But it starts the relationship. It shows them that you are a resource, like you said, that you will be here on this journey with them, but also that they are expected to now put the game plan that you put into place into action, and you're just there to kind of be a guide to let them know that like, hey, if you if you get thrown off, or if you have any questions, or if they just need help kind of getting plugged in, that you'll be there. And the thing with us is, in our industry, we want residual income. We want, people to stick around and stay, and people will only do that if they have a relationship with you. And so that new member coaching is important.
Hey,
Talk
and let me
about.
just kind of jump back in here real fast. Somebody woke up from their nap a little late, and so they're kind of up, and we're going to get him back in the bed here. But I wanted to make sure that, because I missed some stuff, obviously, but I wanted to make sure we got a little bit of this coaching in, okay? Because I know that the whole goal is to get you to 10,000 a month, right? Which is just a little over double of what you're doing now, right? So this is the way that our formula used to work. The numbers have changed a little bit, right? But our formula used to work like this: with 2 sales a day, okay, over a 90-day period of time. Within those 90 days, maybe by that third month, somewhere in that third month, or by the fourth month, that everybody who has become $1 million earner in the company, right, that have done that, they were at about $30,000 a month at the end of that 90-day period of time. Okay, so it's just like a blueprint.
Mhm.
Okay, it's just the numbers that Dave looked at, and what he noticed that everybody had in common was that, right? Now, the obvious thing is that if you did half of that, right, then you would be at $15,000 a month, and that's where the name of our product, our classic product, 15K a month formula. That's where that came from. Okay,
Mhm.
because of those specific numbers in the data that he saw. So Angela, the bottom line is, I don't necessarily think that you need to do a lot more than what you're doing. What I think you need to do, oh, Pumpkin, what I think that you need to do is you need to focus on another 24 to 30 next month,
Okay.
Yeah.
right? And then you need to focus on another 24 to 30 the next month,
Okay.
while engaging the existing 24, because you had people before that, but I'm just saying the 24 as if we were starting from scratch, right? Engage that group, so that they can start at least getting 1 sale a day, right? Now, at the beginning, it might be 1 sale a week. It might be 2 sales a week, right? Because they're getting going. For your own self, it was 5 sales, 3 weeks till you get the 1 sale, right? So it's reasonable to assume that people getting started that are brand new, they're going to get, a little traction time there. Oh, they're going to need some time before they gain some traction. Other people will come in and go right out the gate. Now, here's the other beautiful thing about what will happen. The Empower Network is built on, I mean, if you think about it from a traditional network marketing perspective, right? A lot of pay plans allow you to go what we call wide, right? Which is all the people that you can personally recruit, personal, 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 personal. They're front line to you. And a lot of pay plans are designed for you to go deep, right? So you might not need to sponsor as many people, but every person you do sponsor, it goes under, it goes under, it goes under, it goes under, and it builds what we call the security. Like if you think of a building, a pyramid, right? It's the wide base is what brings the stability in the structure, right? So it's that. Well, the great thing about Empower is that it is like a combo of those two things. So you don't get you're not penalized, right? Some companies, once you sponsor so many people, then they break away, right? Once they sponsor so many people, they break away from you, right? It's called a stair step breakaway. Well, Empower Network is designed where you can sponsor as many frontline people through infinity as you want, and you will still earn from every last one of them. It doesn't matter how many people they sponsor, they never break away from you, they're always there. What's going to start happening is, as those people start generating sales, then you're in a greater position to receive passives.
Mhm.
Okay. And what happens is, when you get to a certain point, it's going to tip. We're almost, a third. I can't remember what the number is. Is it I have to go back and get the exact number, but the scales will tip, where essentially you'll be getting more commissions in passives than you will be from the new recruitment of new members. Okay? And when that scale tips, that's what's going to happen. Your income is going to go up. Not because you're doing anything major changes right now. In reference to paid advertising, what that's going to allow you to do is to keep your funnel and keep your pipeline full, which we always want that, right? You always want more people to invite to the hangout. We always want more people that you can, showcase your skills, your talents, your leadership in front of. You always want more people. You always want more people that can see what you're doing, because it's about the numbers, right? The more qualified people that see what you have, well, obviously the more people that you should be able to enroll and get started. So you're going to have the ability to increase your own pipeline with the paid advertising faster, right? And you're going to still be working with your team, teaching them what you have obviously gotten results doing, right? Even if it's nothing more than, hey guys, no matter what you do to get started with me, the recommended path is you get at least to the top producer formula, and the very first thing you need to do is go watch video number 9, right? If that's your only piece of instruction once you do your new member coaching, right? Then you would have everybody following, okay, no matter what, I got to get top producer formula, I got to watch video 9, and I got to do what it says in video 9. The more people that you have doing exactly what you already have done, and you're going and getting more people, and then you're taking people like Arnold and, getting out the newbie zone, you're showcasing them and they're making it happen. I'm telling you, that's all it is.
Okay.
That's all it is. And the mind shift that goes along with that is now, it's a lot of people, right? It's a lot of leadership. So now your structure, your organization, your ability to handle conflict within the team, because it happens, right? Your ability to work with people, your ability to help people when they need a little bit of help, your ability to kind of have octopus arms, tentacles, is going to become more evident than ever before. Okay? But it's going to be so well worth it, right? And thus the leverage of systems, the leverage of hangouts, the leverage of the leverage of what we're doing right now, right? So me sharing this little bit of coaching with you here is what we're talking about. We've got people watching that now have just heard what I said, and it wasn't one-on-one with you. I mean, it is. I'm talking to you only, but other people are listening in. They're eavesdropping on our little conversation, right? We're making it public, which now means they can go and they can implement everything you said, right? They can go and do the things that Roger talked about, and then they can go and understand the concepts that I'm sharing in reference to how the numbers work, and filling your pipeline, and making sure that your team is doing at the very basic level the very thing that you did to get the results that you got. No guarantees, but you can't do anything more than show people what you did, right? And if it doesn't work for them, then it doesn't work for them. Right? Your ability to also accept the fact that some people are going to be casualties, right? That's kind of the terminology. They're going to fall by the wayside on the journey. Listen.
I think the powerful thing is that Angela's producing at such a high clip that even the attrition that may be happening in her business is not even felt. I'm sure, Angela, you can probably attest to that, because 24 signups. Let's say 5 people end up, going, incognito and on the witness protection program. Who cares? You got 19 other people that you can. For me, how are you? I looked at my stats. Just kind of sharing, and I probably average about 7 people a month for the first quarter. Obviously, to me, I need to improve that. I need to be at least 15 to 20. So I know where now. It's a far cry from where I was. So I know my member signups is increasing, but the correlation to that is lead generation. My leads are more consistent at a certain level, so I'm converting 1, 2, 3, maybe in a week, where I'm trying to get like you, where I'm getting to that 1 a day, and then eventually to that 2 a day. So it's a metamorphosis that you guys got to understand that in this game, you may kick it, maybe out the box, and you may get 5, 10 leads, 15 leads in a single day, and you may get 3, 4 signups. But it's not just doing that in one day, it's the consistency. And I want you guys to understand that Angela is shown that. That's why she's on the leaderboard consistently. And then now, obviously, as you're doing new member coachings, and Tracy, let me ask you a question here real quick to Angela. When you do these new member coachings, how are you positioning the other products? How are you talking about the other products in your new member coaching to build a value proposition for them to want to engage? I know the answer, but I just would love to hear from you.
Well, I'll go ahead, Angela. I'll let you go first.
Please.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that for me, I mentioned this in the Rise and Star interview that I did with Jay Cron, the CEO. I was saying how my intention when I get these products is I want to create a success story with every single product. So when I do a new member coaching and, they have a certain budget that, lends them to now have the budget to get a product, I share my success story. I say, well, hey, look, I listened to How to Escape the Newbie Zone, listened to that, and now, I turned around, did a video on it, and because of that video, I had someone come in at the $25 level and upgrade to the Inner Circle. So that one audio is worth $125 for me. So you want to get the Inner Circle and start blogging about what you're learning. So now they hear that, they hear that success story, and then now that encourages them, that incentivizes them to now not only get the product, but they now learn how I used it to get a result. So I always just share my success that I've gotten with the products.
That's what you mean by a product of the product.
Yeah.
And it's such a valuable it's such a valuable term, but I think a lot of people don't understand what product of the product really means. And I'm glad you clarified that to people tonight, because that right there is $1 million nugget.
Especially with, like in our industry, we hear it a lot in the home-based business industry, be a product of the product. And I think people get it when it comes to like weight loss. It's like, okay, I get it. I take this shake or I take this pill and I lose weight and now I talk about it. The shift that I think a lot of people have to make when they get into Empower is now our product is training. So you have to learn how to now consume training. It's a skill, right? You got to learn how to now consume training and now consume it so that you can get a result with it quickly. So that now you can go, so for me, it's that ability to get the top producer formula in August and then 2 months get a result with it, because I would scan through a product and say, okay, what training can I implement out of this product that can help me get a result really quickly? Because the quicker I can get a result, number one, I get a result, but then also I have a greater success story. So even with the Inner Circle, I just started scrolling through and I was like, hey, how to escape the newbie zone? I'm a newbie. I want to escape that zone. So let me listen to this audio. And now, so that's how I consume training. And so you want to make sure that you know how to get a success story with each of our products.
I think that's excellent, the excellent positioning of it, and I wouldn't change a thing. I would just note for people, if you have not had the benefit yet of having a success story from any of the products, then the best thing that you can do is leverage the success story of somebody else, right? That's the same thing in traditional, right? It's like the three-way call, right? It's what is the point of the three-way call? The point of the three-way call is to put somebody else's success in front of your prospect, because you're new and you don't have the success yet, right? You're leveraging that. Well, it's the same thing here. And so you're hearing Angela's story. You're hearing her talk about, Escape the Newbie Zone. You're hearing her talk about Top Twister Formula video number 9, right? You're hearing her talk about these different things. Blogging, right, was what she used at first, right? And video. Then you can leverage her story, right? And you can't be afraid that if you leverage her story, somebody's going to then go sign up with Angela. They don't even necessarily know who Angela is, right? Maybe they do, maybe they don't. But the bottom line is that it's to your benefit to know what your products are about, right? This is not a game. This is not, hey, sign up into something and then just go out there and hope that you make money. It's about, like you say, Angela, learn how to consume the product. At least understand in totality what this product is attempting to do, right? Not necessarily you have to understand every single thing in all of it, but what is the top producer formula about overall, right? It is about doing the things that top producers do. Tactically, what do top producers do? How do they do what they do in order to sponsor more reps, and increase their sales. That's what it does. And if you could at least learn to explain the product as simple as that, and then say, in fact, one of my team members, Angela, right, she's an attorney. She got started in this business, had no experience whatsoever. It took her 3 weeks to get her first sale, and then she bought this product. She listened to, or she watched video presentation number 9, and then she doubled instantly the number of reps she recruited, and now she's on a leaderboard for 24 signups, and she made $4,200 last month. Right? If you can tell a story like that, and then even if you said, listen, in fact, she's going to be on a hangout tonight. In fact, I'll send you the video from Rising Stars and you can check her out. It's nothing more powerful than being able to bridge over a story. So even if you don't have your own story, sometimes not being the guy is better. Not being the person is better, right? Because now it's like, oh yeah, well you could. We know you could, right? What about somebody else? So I love leveraging other people's stories and not my own, because it benefits me more to show, hey, it's working for others, as opposed to, oh, it's only working for me. So I think that's awesome. Roger, I mean, same perspective. It's just, what's the budget, right? And then once they reveal what their budget is, then I tell them, I basically direct them with authority. Listen, I think that the next step for you is you need to purchase up to team building formula, or you need to purchase, everything up through the mass influence formula. Or, you know what, right now I would suggest that you do nothing more than get the inner circle, right? And listen to audio number 7, right? Whatever that may be. And it's really the posture sometimes, right? If your posture is weak and you're instructing people to do something and they sense that weakness, it's not going to happen. Right? It's not going to happen. It's just like if you go and you're learning karate and the whoever, the teacher, I know they call him a sensei or whatever, the teacher says, listen, you got to do something with power, right? And if you got to do this move with your hand, you're going to say ha when you do it. You can't do ha, 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 right? That's not going to break through any type of brick, right? It's the power, it's the energy, it's what comes behind the ha, right, that allows the movement of the brick to break. And it's the same thing with people. It's the power, it's the positioning that we bring to them. That's the how with power. And they say, oh my goodness, I've got to move. I've got to take action, right? And that brings about the results that we want with that. So Angela, I think we're right past the hour, right? I want to let everybody go. I want to stay on my head because he is on 10 right now. I don't know why. So do you have the direction, right? Yeah. Your goal. What you're going to do is now you're going to do your paid advertising, right? And we can talk further about the Facebook stuff detailed, right? That's neither here nor there for the sake of this conversation, because the coaching part of it is this. Use your paid advertising to generate more leads to fill your pipeline, okay? And faster. So that you can now spend your time doing less elbow grease in getting the leads and utilize your time with working with the leads, engaging the leads, doing things that benefit them, giving them value. Maybe it's creating a video, a tutorial. You can use your time now. You're shifting your time from getting leads to working with leads, right? And now that you're able to do that, then now you've got more people that you're having in front of you as you do what you do. And obviously the people what you're doing is working. So I wouldn't change that. I would just add more people to that, which is what you already got lined up. And now focus on another 30 sales next month and another 30 after that, right? And on the days that you have the phenomenal, but your goal is 10,000. Right? And because of that, I know that 15,000, if you do one sale a day over 90 days, is really the formula for 15,000 a month, right? And then if you get 2, well, then now that's just cherry on top, right? Because now we're pushing 30 when the goal was only 10. So that will be the coach, and I think that's what you need to do. And anybody that's listening that's kind of in the same position as Angela and wondering, hey, what do I do now to scale up? That's what you do. Roger, yeah.
No, I learned something there actually, because for me, I'm doing 10 to 15 leads from blogging, LinkedIn, and some organic traffic from videos. But it's all free stuff. And then obviously, I'll do some paid marketing like I've done before. But I think for me, it's more about not the fact, because I know I can get leads. That's not the issue. I think for me,
Uh-oh.
He froze.
Yeah, he froze.
Is so now spending more. Can you hear me?
We lost you. You said the issue is not getting leads. The issue is for you.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I was saying the issue is not getting leads. It's more so about the next phase, which you talked about, creating value in the form of, either video, sending videos to the list, hangouts, things of that nature. So spending more time in those specific activities. I know for me, that's really where my core focus is now, because I know I can generate 10 to 15 leads from free strategies, and I can augment that with paid stuff, every week or every other week, whatever the case may be. So I like that proposition. That's given me, on average, about seven signups a month. So in order for me to go to 15, I'm thinking, okay, well now to get to 15 sales a month consistently, it's all a matter of more engagement with my list, more engagement with, hangouts and giving people value. So what you just said there was more so, okay, this is where I need to focus more of my attention at least at this point.
Absolutely. And follow the presentation formula of the hangout. See that we don't want people just having hangouts like, hey, I did a hangout, nobody signed up. Okay, it's not about just getting on there, just rambling off, right? There's a very specific way that it must be laid out in order for results to take place, right? And that's what we want people to know. And that's what we want them to go through that training, not just say, I'm going to do a hangout. So yes, Roger, same thing with you. I mean, if you can get that many leads and at the rate that you're doing your new member coachings and things of that sort, it's really just a matter of engaging, because you're doing some paid stuff too, right? So it's really about taking the people in the pipeline and getting them to a point where they're like, oh my goodness, this guy isn't playing around. Right? It's stuff going on. And guess what? Somebody just signed up and they got these results, and oh my goodness, it's not just him. Look at all these people. Right? And that's what momentum is.
Right. I know for me personally, that's another phase of my business that I want to work on personally, is to help my team members get results and help them get on the leaderboard. So, it's funny how Angela and I kind of were, we're like in that same incubator phase, and it's now we sort of metamorphosized now into really getting results. And now we're looking at our businesses and saying, okay, now that we've got some elbow grease and I'm now creating results, now how can we take this to the next level? And I think for everybody listening to this, just the whole message and the whole bottom line message is that you have to go through that metamorphosis. You have to go through that grind phase. You can't negate that, because if you try to negate that, it's like, okay, it's like for me going from AAA to the big leagues without no experience. Well, duh, that's not going to happen. You got to go through your nicks and necks and be willing to get punched in the face in order for you to go through what you need to go through so that you can be a better marketer, be a better professional.
Absolutely. Well, Angela, did you get what you needed to get?
Yes, no, this helps a lot. This helps me have the right focus of what I need to focus on. So yeah, that was huge to just say, just keep getting 30 each month instead of trying to like shoot all the way up to 2 a day. Like just be consistent with the 30. So that was huge.
That's right. That's right. It's the butterfly effect, right? That's what we keep saying: focus and consistency, focus and consistency. So that's going to be the key. But the critical piece is over a 90-day period, right? That's where most people falter. Is I got 25 sales this month, and then now next month I got 1 sale, and then the next month I got 5 sales. Well, why am I at 15,000 a month yet? Oh, wait a minute. You didn't do that 3 times straight, right? You get paid and you get rewarded for the consistency, okay, of it. And that's just kind of how the numbers flow. Then we haven't even talked about people upgrading, right? We haven't talked about that, right? We're just talking about pass-ups, basic level pass-ups. When people start upgrading, and oh my goodness, you get that, oh snap, you just received the top producer formula sale, right? And then, oh my goodness, congratulations, someone just initiated a mass influence formula sale, right? You're getting ready to earn $24.50, right? Those are going to be coming left and right. They might only be once a week, but if it's once a week, not from you, right? If it's once a week because of team members making sales, oh my goodness, that's the beauty of the duplication we're talking about, right? And it'll be no time before you get where you need to go. But it starts with your 30 sales a month. Starts with that. Same thing with you, Roger. Same thing with everybody listening to the sound of our voices here tonight, right? 30 sales a month. And if you're only at 1 or 2 sales a month, then right now we need to worry about is the next level, which is, okay, 1 or 2 sales a week, right? Get to that. Then once you got 1 or 2 sales a week, then focus on one sale a day, right? Don't try to jump from 1 sale a month to 1 sale a day. It'll drive you nuts. It'll drive you batty, and you will constantly feel like you are failing. And that's because you're measuring this thing wrong. So the very next step is 1 sale up from 1 sale a month is 1 sale a week. From 1 sale a week, get to 1 sale a day. If you can do that consistently over time, then you can start moving into 2 sales a day and things of that sort. And as you're doing that, and as you're teaching people how you're doing that, then the numbers will grow on your behalf. All right? Good deal. Well, Angela, thank you so much for joining us on this Dream Team Domination. And Roger, thank you as well for all of your expertise and helping me out for the little brief time I had to step away. Guys, I want you to understand that if you are new to the team, I hope this was valuable to you. This replay will be up for another few days before we turn it off to prepare for our Dream Team Domination next week, which you are more than welcome to attend. Get back with the person who sent you this link and make sure you are here. But the only difference between this week and next week is that if you are not a member, that next week we want you to be back as a member. Okay, next week we want you to be back, but be a part of our Facebook group so you can connect and interact with Angela and Roger in a more ongoing basis. Be a part of our Dream Team training site where you get access to our training and some of the tools that we use, as well as being able to interact with us on a little bit more personal level, okay? So click on that button right underneath this video. Join our team now. We appreciate you. We love you for attending Dream Team Domination, and we'll see everybody next week. Later.